So today I really wanted to talk about the all or nothing mentality with food. Now it's Monday, so I can guarantee or at some point either somebody in this group will have been either turning to food over the weekend, feel like maybe they've been binge eating, maybe they've been emotionally eating, maybe they feel like a failure or they feel like really guilty after eating the food that they ate over the weekend. And this can come from having a very all or nothing mentality. And if you don't know what that is, it's when we are either really full speed ahead in our diet, so we're fully on our diet, and then we are fully off our diet. So when we have something that we perceive to be bad, we then think we have blown our diet and we feel like a failure, we feel like we've failed, we feel really guilty for eating the foods that we've eaten, and then we feel like we've fallen off the wagon. And then what tends to happen is we tend to stay in a cycle. So we tend to stay in this very vicious cycle of all or nothing. So we are either on our diet or we are off our diet. Now, like I said before, this mentality normally comes with when we are trying to be perfect. We are trying to be the perfect self. We are trying to have our body perfect. We are trying to eat perfectly. We are trying to probably exercise in a perfect way. We are trying to do things to the best of our abilities and we are aiming for perfection. Now, don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with wanting to do things to the best of our ability. Nothing wrong at all. You know, we all want to strive. We all want to be the best that we can be. But unfortunately, when we have a very all or nothing mentality, especially when it comes with food, what happens is there is quite a lot of different emotions that come with that. So what do I mean by that? And again, so like I said earlier, it could mean that we start feeling guilty after the food that we've eaten. We start feeling really bad. We feel guilty. We feel shameful. We're full of regret because we've eaten, I don't know, maybe a pizza or we've had some chocolate or we've had some crisps. We feel like a failure. So we feel like we've ruined our diet and we feel like our healthy eating plan and we feel like a failure. So but this doesn't lead us to success. So when we think about it, it's like if we are feeling guilty about something or if we are feeling shameful or if we are feeling bad about something, what do we normally do? What do we normally do? Right, we normally eat. We normally eat to make ourselves feel better. So if we're stuck in this cycle of feeling guilty and shameful and feeling like a failure, we're going to constantly be in this cycle. So we really want to just give ourselves permission to, have some chocolate if we want some chocolate. I'm not saying don't be healthy and don't choose healthy foods. Absolutely, of course. We want to look at our long-term goals. We want to look at, you know, what foods are more nutritious for our body. But we really want to look at the mindset of how we approach this. Because when we are labeling foods as good or bad, this is when that all or nothing mentality approach comes in. So when we label a food as bad, we then say, oh my goodness me, I am so bad, I'm so guilty, I'm so shameful. Why did I eat this food? And it doesn't help us. So what I would really suggest to you, guys and girls on this in this group, is really give yourself permission to allow yourself to have all foods. And again, I'm not saying we are going to all of the time be quote unquote be eating quote unquote bad foods. What I'm saying is if your body is craving something, allow it to have it, because the more you fight that craving, the more that desire will increase, and then the more that desire, you'll get triggered by that food, you'll think about that food, you know. So if you are wanting a food, and say for example if it's chocolate, if you are desiring chocolate, give yourself permission to have it. Give yourself permission to have it, and really just recognize that this all or nothing mentality might not actually be serving you. In fact, I can almost guarantee it's not serving you. it doesn't help you reach your goals. It doesn't help you. It doesn't help you feel good, right? Because we always feel like a failure when we have eaten something we feel like we shouldn't. So, with the all or nothing mentality, we think we're doing right, we think we're doing well, we think we are, being quote unquote really good because we're sticking to our diet and we're sticking to our healthy eating and we're sticking to our exercise plan. And we think we're doing really good because we are being really, really, really strict. But then what happens is when we, and again, I'm saying this terminology for this video, when we fall off the plan or when we eat something that we think we shouldn't, we then feel really bad for doing that. And that negative emotion that we feel can then actually make us turn towards food instead of against it. Those negative emotions don't, I'm not saying, of course they serve us, but what I'm saying is having negative emotions around food and for eating food doesn't help us in the long run. So I hope this makes sense. If you have watched this live, please give me a hashtag replay. Like I said, I love to chat to people in the group, but give me a hashtag replay. If you're a new member, please say hello, and I will be on another live next week. So I hope you're all well. Oh, and I do have something exciting in the pipeline as well. So if you're not on my emailing list, please, I think there might be a link somewhere below. You can get my free guide, which is how to find peace with your body and food. Sign up for that free guide, and then obviously you'll be on my mailing list, and then you'll be first to hear about some exciting news that I've got going on in the background. So I'm really, really excited to announce what I've been doing in the background. I've been in content mode. So, like I said, if you've watched this video till the end, give me a hashtag replay, and I will speak to you soon. Bye for now.